Hi and welcome to this episode of All About Linux. As you saw from the title, we'll actually be doing a video based on MS-DOS commands and their Linux equivalents. All my tutorials are based on people that are moving new to Linux or moved from Windows, so who may be using some MS-DOS commands like, for example, cd to change directory, copy to copy files, and want to know the Linux equivalent in case I have to use the terminal in Linux. So this little tutorial will be showing on some basic commands. It doesn't cover the wide range of commands. There are good resources on, if you search in Google, for a wide range of commands, and also bash scripting tutorials. So how you can make complicated bash scripts, which is similar to using autoexec.bat or basically batch files. But in this one, just show you some basic commands. So let's get started.
On this episode of All About Linux. And now, here is your host, Ed.
Hi, welcome back. As you can see from here, what we're doing is a tutorial based on MS-DOS and Linux commands. Basically all my tutorials are based on the fact that people are moving over from DOS, Windows maybe to Linux, or newbies. I want to know some MS-DOS commands, so I'm going to show you some examples of MS-DOS and their Linux equivalents, and here's the page now. As you can see, we got to clear a screen in MS-DOS, you need to type the word CLS, but on Linux you type the command clear, and I'll give you an example at the end of the thing. This fact sheet will be available to you from the All About Linux website. I'll send a link in the description. To copy files, you need to issue the command copy in MS-DOS, but on Linux use the command cp. I've given it a little example there. You can also copy into the same folder and give it a different, if you want to copy it as a different name. Right. To move files in MS-DOS, use the command move, but in Linux you use the command mv. And an example there, mv this file.txt / and then path to directory. Please note that MS-DOS uses drive letters, Linux uses folder names. You'll come apart when I do the examples. To delete a file in in MS-DOS, use the command del, del, but to delete the same file in Linux terminal, use the command rm. So the example, the rm this file.txt, remove the file called this file.txt. To rename files in MS-DOS, use the command ren. In Linux, they've combined the mv, the move command mv, to also rename files. So to rename a file in Linux, it's mv, and you give it the old name, in this case this.txt, and give it a new name, space, that.txt, rename the file from this.txt to that.txt. To list a directory in MS-DOS, use the command dir. To list a directory in Linux, use ls, but if you do it on its own, it will just give you the list in coloured in horizontally across the screen. To get a list similar to what MS-DOS dir command would use the command ls space -l, which will then give you a list similar to MS-DOS. That's the example there. To change a keyboard layout, maybe you want to ad hoc, you want to change the keyboard ad hoc. Maybe there's something on a different keyboard layout, you want a character, maybe a French, little E on a French thing, but you want to do it rather than having to find the character code and copy it in, you want to just quickly switch the keyboard and then switch back. In MS-DOS provide an external command called KEYB and then space and then the country code, in this case UK, US, FR, GB, DE, etc. In Linux it's a bit long. We've got to do set xkb map space -layout space and then the country code, GB for Great Britain, US for US, DD for Germany, FR for France. But I have created a little script that will create that command, but do it using the command KEYB instead, which might be a little bit more easier to use because it won't need to add the tag layout. It will just type KEYB space and the country code and it will do the rest. I will still work on it. When I finalise it, I'll make it available on the All About Linux page. To echo text or variables to a screen, echo is the same in both Linux and MS-DOS. Same with make directory, is the same in both Linux and MS-DOS. Change directory the same, and exit the shell is the same in both. Now, to edit a text file in MS-DOS, you'd use the command edit, but there is no DOS-based text editor like that. The closest we have in Linux is VI or Nano. They're text-based. There are graphical ones like gedit, leafpad, etc. that will do the same, but an example there, I use Nano and then text file. Okay, we're going to do some examples now, and I'll show you a few of those basic commands in depth. Okay, right, we've now got the screen up. As you can see, we've got both the DOS box, which is acting as our MS-DOS because I have Linux on the system, so I don't have MS-DOS, and we have terminal, LX terminal, to act as our Linux. As you'll notice the difference between both. As you can see, in DOS you have drive letters. In this case, I created a temporary directory called tutor on the E drive, as you see E tutor there, and I created a temporary folder on the Linux side called tutor. And you see the difference is Linux will show the name of the operating system you're on, the username at the computer name. In this case is you can see the computer name there, and then a colon, and then the name of the folder you're currently in. I'm now going to do the clear screen command on both Linux and MS-DOS. As you can see there, I'm giving you the commands, and now you can see the results. You won't see much, this screen will just look like the text has gone, nothing much. So what I'm now going to do is the same commands, but this time I'm going to have something on screen, quite a few stuff on screen, so you can see it getting rid of. And I'll use the dir commands on both, so you'll see the effect of dir, ls, tac-l. So you get it's not exactly the same as DOS, but you can see the file size in that. And you'll see the result on both. There's a result, the screen cleared. I'm now going to show you the copy, the move, the delete and rename commands. So first I'm going to show you the copy command. What I'm doing now is I'm going to show you directory, just to prove there is a file there I've created prior to doing it. Like all good cookery shows, I've done a file beforehand. It's called thisfile.txt. It's just basically a blank, empty text file. And I'm going to show you how to use the copy command to actually make a copy of that file, but give it a different name, which we're then going to use to do things like deleting and that, and renaming too. So now I'm going to show you the copy commands both on MS-DOS and on Linux. Right, we're going to create a new file, as you see from the text I've created there. That's basically going to take a copy of this file.txt, and we're going to make, I've got ahead of myself. First, we're going to make a test folder, because obviously to move the command, I want it moved into a new folder, not in the same folder, because it's not really moving. So I'm going to show you how to use basically the same on both, mkdir, to actually create folder on MS-DOS and on Linux, and then I'll show you how the copy commands on each will work to copy the file. So I've already done the folders. You see the test folder is now appeared there. I'm now going to actually use the copy command to actually create a copy of this file.txt with the name this.txt. And then when I finish up with the MS-DOS, I'll do exactly the same on Linux, but you'll see that in a minute. So rather than keep waffling on, I'll come back when the changes are done. And you can see the test folder there, and notice the colours of and Linux will colour the folders. So folders are colour sort of a darkish blue. Well, blue, not dark. And now we're going to, yes, I'm now going to create a copy of the test file using the cp command, and this file.txt, this we now copy the file, this file, and creates a copy of it called this.txt. Again, I'm going to show you the new file that's been created. And you can see this.txt is there. Right, this concludes our little tutorial. Like I said before, I've made the script for KEYB. When I finalise it, I'll upload it with like an instruction how to install it. Might even do a little simple script installation, little routine that you to install it. Okay, well, if you do like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, please give it a thumbs down, and please do leave me some comments, because anyway I can grow this channel if I know the sort of things you like. Maybe I'm going on a bit too much. I do waffle on a bit, I do apologise. Might waffle on too much, and I might need to rejig my lesson. Again, so that's all for now, so I'm going to leave it. Just going to finish typing on it, and then bye bye. I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.